Hi, how are you? I'm Robin. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. This little world right here is Man for Himself. If you like men's hair product reviews, grooming, skincare, fragrance, and videos like this one, then please do press subscribe. You're gonna love it. Right, if you've been with me for some time, then you'll know that I have the Man for Himself Holy Grail. Quite literally some of my favorite products and the products that I constantly recommend to you guys just because they really do deliver and they do what they're supposed to do. So I thought I'm going to do a bit of a mini series here, 3 different episodes, just going through some of my favorite hair products in that Holy Grail and kind of tell you a little bit more about them, and hopefully maybe some of them might suit you. Now, these will be linked in the description. Also, the Holy Grail will be up there and it will also be down there. And I should say, take my opinion if you want, but my hair type, my sort of experience with products are going to be different. And as you'll see through some of these, not everyone loves them. Okay, I'm going to start with, Shear Revival Northern Lights. Now, Shear Revival is an American company. It was started in 2013. So, in the grand scheme of things, relatively new. But they make some of the best hair products. Northern Lights is a matte paste. It's a matte paste with a good, firm hold. Now, what I love about this is it's soft enough to emulsify, so get into the hands and warm up. It's really easy to apply and it's so malleable to style with. I find with this I get really great volume in the hair, but I always get a really just a really good finish throughout the day. Sometimes you'll find, and you'll know this, sometimes you'll use a hair product, you'll put it in, it'll dry your hair out, it will start to feel a bit crispy, but this one is malleable, meaning that you can kind of play with it all day. It has kaolin clay in it. Kaolin clay has got a really great sort of elasticity to it, so it does allow you to kind of play with it again. What else? They've always got really great sort of nutrients and oils. Aloe vera, Kira alba, that's a beeswax, but this is water-based, and that's really what that aloe is at the top. Seed oil, carnauba seed oil, blah, 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 blah. But what you should know about it is, it's just great. I really love this. They've got some other ones. They've got Crystal Lake, they've got Grey Ghost. So I'm going to kind of go through maybe a few of the other ones that they've got in their range, but Shear Revival, fantastic brand, great matte paste. And it also smells really good. I've given it a 5-star, but the general one for Shear Revival on this is 4-star. There are so many reviews on this one on here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 reviews on there. Anything from JT, who says, it's one of my favorite products for sure. Absolutely love the scent. Kind of smells like Fruit Loops. Great everyday product, but I've noticed that it's very easy to use too much unless it's definitely more. And we also have Kai. Hi Kai, I see you on the channel all the time. Doesn't work too well for my thick hair. The hold is not sufficient. It's overly sticky to apply. I love the packaging and smell, but would not buy it again. That was a 3-star rating. And then we've got the likes of Yan Captain, great finish and hold, really nice look and matte as advertised. No sheen at all. However, hair feels sticky and not soft, unlike using the TSB from Morris Motley. So this is why I love this section, the product section of Man for Himself, because it really does allow me to see what you guys think. My opinion is just one man who's used a lot of hair products, but there you go. Okay, let's shoot on to, do you know what, I'm going to give you something slightly different. There's a couple of sort of pre-stylers on there. Pre-stylers are before the styling. That's when you're going to kind of change the state of the hair, either to thicken it, to add texture. This hair is dropping. It's really very annoying. Or you're going to do something like smoothing or maybe kind of sort out frizz. But one of those ones is the Aveda Texture Tonic. Now, Aveda is a brand who were kind of one of the first kind of sustainable brands, one of the first brands that really looked to ingredients, looked to create products which were sort of rid of nasties. Preservatives and products, I think, are needed because it really does ensure that the product is stable, but this is fantastic. Now, the Texture Tonic to me is a bit of a hybrid of, say, like a tonic primer, so something which is going to kind of get the hair set, not add too much of a change to it, but it will smooth it out slightly. But this one, instead of smoothing, packs it full of texture. So when I say texture, I mean, how does the hair look and feel. My hair without any product sits quite flat. I mean, it's kind of glossy. The outer of the hair, the cuticle, is very flat. And yeah, it looks good. If I had huge, long, flowing hair, then it would be gorgeous in the wind. But this just gives it a little bit more movement. The difference between this and a sea salt spray is that this, I would say, is more conditioning. It's less of that sort of thick texture that you'd get with a sea salt. It still has a slight, it's definitely not tacky, and it's not heavy. This is less sea salt, more of the conditioning, and I just think it works really well if you do want something which is a really relaxed style. This will suit all hair types, less, I say all hair types, less about the curly hair, but if you've got sort of fine, or you've kind of got normal hair or thicker hair and you just want a little bit more to it, then this is great. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, let's put you on to the only oil-based one that I have in this, and this is Apothecary 87 Clay Pomade. I don't normally, and you'll know that I often say I don't often use oil-based products because I like to change my hairstyle so often that in the morning I don't want it to feel so heavy. Also, I do feel that oil-based products really do sit quite close to the scalp, and sometimes they can provide that sort of sheen to the scalp, which I'm not so keen on. However, some guys really do swear by an oil-based product. Now, we have this on the site as we have with the other ones. And this one actually only got a 2-star rating from you guys. So I gave it a 5-star rating because I love it. What I love about this is, one, it smells great. Who cares if it smells great? It is also got kaolin in it, but it is oil-based. And it works really well. It's quite thick. It's fairly hard to emulsify, so get into the hands and warm up. But when you do, you're going to get a really great definition into the hair, amazing volume, and actually, I think, really good hold. Because it's oil-based too, it doesn't dry hard. Now, what else can I tell you about this one? Beeswax, lanolin, kaolin clay, petrolatum, vitamin E. I did a video on this, but we had AMG. So AMG went onto this product page and left me a review. AMG said, when I first started getting to hairstyling products, Robin was the first content creator that I watched and actually enjoyed. This is one of the products I picked up due to his recommendations videos. He's had different results, or she's had different results, which is totally fine. AMG says that it kind of weighs their hair down and it's really hard to wash out. So don't just take my word for it. This is why these product pages are so important to me and hopefully to you guys. But I love this. And in terms of an oil-based product, I think it's great. I'm going to give you something totally different here. Powder Puff by Kevin Murphy. Now, powders are a type of product which I don't use a lot of, but they definitely have a place in my sort of kit of hair products. Powders are fantastic to add root lift and root volume. So I would say these are best for medium length hairstyles to longer hairstyles. If your hair is super long, these are going to be fantastic because you can sprinkle it in, create sort of different sections here, sprinkle it in and work through, and it's just going to give you that instant pickup. You don't need to be getting it through the full length of the hair, but just on the roots. Same with a sort of medium length hairstyle. I like to use these either instead of a pre-styling spray, so instead of say a texture tonic, I'll get straight in and I might just leave it and that'll be my hair slightly longer. However, I would also like to use something like say Aveda thickening tonic or the Bumble and Bumble tonic primer. And then I'd put a little bit of this just to sort of move it in. Or something that I do like to do is you could take one of your favorite products, say something like Shear Revival Northern Lights, and you might just want to give it a little bit more grit. So the matte paste is actually fairly smooth, but you might just do this. Then you'd get your favorite powder and you'd do a dash of this. I always put it really into my hands first. I don't often put it straight into the hair because I want more control. And then what I would do there is just mix it in. All that this does is it takes that sort of texture property from the powder and it puts it into that favorite product. So there's lots of different powders out in the market. There's drugstore, what am I gonna do now? There's drugstore ones which are more like the sort of £3-4 mark, or there are slightly more expensive ones. You don't need a lot of this, so don't be sort of put off by a really high price. You just need a dash of this just to add in. But I love this for that texture, for that root lift, for that volume. And Kevin Murphy is a fantastic brand. I interviewed Kevin Murphy, was it late last year? Was it early this year? Who knows? But he is a really great guy. He is so experienced. He knows his stuff about products, as you'd hope. And also, Kevin Murphy is really putting a lot back into what they're doing with the environment. So they have ocean waste plastic, which basically is taking plastics from the ocean and using them to create better packaging. Which I think, if we can do anything about this, then that's fantastic. Sticky hands. Were there any ratings on this one? I don't know if you guys know this one so much. Again, I gave it a 5-star. There's a matte finish on that, so there's really no shine. Washes out easy. Keeping myself right from this. And yeah, you guys have not rated this. So if you have used it, let me know. I'd love to know. Okay, we've done 4. 5th and final one. This was a product, this is Moroccanoil Texture Clay. This was a product that I used a lot, and it took me ages to talk about it. I only spoke about this really in a dedicated review at the start of this year, 2020. And I love it. What I love about this is that it is a soft clay. It's very easy to scoop out, really easy to warm up, really easy to get in. Now, while some clays are kaolin, so kaolin's got that elasticity to it, other clays like this one use bentonite. Now, bentonite is the clay if you want to swell and thicken hair. It's just got really good absorption properties, which means that it's perfect for fine hair. The other thing you're gonna get with Moroccanoil is, again, it's got really great oils in it, so it's gonna condition the hair, it's gonna leave it feeling smooth. It's really easy to wash out, and I think it's one of the most versatile products kind of in my hair care kit. I love it, and I know so many of you guys do too. Also, in terms of price point, all the prices for all of these products are on the products pages. If something goes on sale, I literally jump in and I change it and I put on this sale button, and it just means you can see what's going on. But this one for me is a real 5-star. It's a good hold. It's a matte finish. You guys have rated it, average user rating of 5 stars. So you also love this. Sort of prices range from anything from like £16, $26. Yeah, bentonite, hydrogenated oil, lanolin. So if you are looking and if you care, which we should, about ingredients, it's all on here. Let's see some of the reviews. We've got Stephen says, beyond my new favorite clay, this is my new favorite product. Get your hair exactly where you want it to be in no time flat. Perfect for thinner hair. Mayor Music says, my absolute favorite clay of all time. I tried so many clays for my curly and dry hair, but no clay works well like Moroccanoil Texture Clay does. My absolute go-to product. Then Mayor, I mean, it's great to see. Mayor has curly hair, so curly and dry hair. So this is really working. I've got fine, kind of well-conditioned, normal hair, and this works perfectly for me too. Mayor says that they used a pre of Kevin Murphy Anti-Gravity Oil-Free Volumizer. Also love. Pretty sure it's a holy grail. You'll see in the coming weeks. Also jojoba oil, 1 to 2 drops, Olaplex 6, and then this as a post styler. And Mayor gives it 5 stars. So this is like literally this. If I'm going away somewhere, I scoop a bit out of this, I put it in my little travel pack, and I take this away. It is a fantastic product. But all of these really do serve a purpose. Kind of like, I don't always use the Apothecary 87 Clay Pomade because it's oil-based. I don't always use the Texture Tonic. But when I know what I want from a product, these are the products that I go to, and products that I'm so happy to recommend. So if you've not yet seen the Holy Grail, head across manfromself.com/Holy Grail, or just click there or click down there. It's going to have absolutely everything in there and things to help. And I would say, please do, if you enjoy my videos, you enjoy manfromself.com, and you want to help everyone else here, then please do leave your own reviews. It is so helpful. You can just say like love it and give it a 5 star, or you can say hate it, wouldn't purchase again, and give it a 1 star. I find it so helpful. So thank you. That's something from me, and hopefully something that will help you. I will have 2 more videos coming up with 5 more in each of my Holy Grail products. But if you want to have a little sneaky peek, then you can check out on the Holy Grail. But thank you again for watching. If you're still new to this, you've still not pressed subscribe, then hit subscribe right now. The button is just there. So some more video suggestions there, a direct link to the Holy Grail there, my Instagram up there, and the Man for Hair Instagram account. If you want hairstyle inspiration, how to style it, what to ask your barber, it's up there. But until my next new video, bye-bye.